Welcome back. My name is MrSchroeter, and I want to thank you for tuning into my channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Hit that join button. Join the channel membership. Make sure that you are tuning into all of our uploads, the previous uploads that we've had, as well as our new uploads. Ring that notification bell. And don't forget to subscribe to our other channels, the Nigel Schroeder Show, which is my podcast, as well as the Credit Sensei, which is my other channel, where I'm giving you guys all types of tips on building your business and personal credit. The Cash Couple is another great channel that we have where you're going to get to see some behind the scenes action with myself and Crystal. And don't forget to go back and tune into some of my shorts where I give you guys some of my keys to success and some quick credit tips. Check out our playlist as well as our previous live streams. And with that being said, go ahead and sit back and prepare for the show. Welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about getting approved for a high limit credit limit increase with Navy Federal Credit Union. This method can work with other banks as well, but we're specifically going to be talking about with NFCU today. Now, one of the things that we have to realize is that lenders are always constantly looking at our credit profiles and determining which profiles they are going to accept and which profiles that they're going to deny. And the one thing that we can do to ensure that our profile gets accepted is try to ensure that we're utilizing all data points available to us in order to appropriately determine what the bank is looking for. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and kind of talk about what specific things Navy Federal is looking for. So to begin with, one of the biggest things that Navy Federal looks for is your relationship with them as well as other credit unions. So if you want to hold a strong relationship with Navy Federal, you need to have, deposit accounts with them, potentially retirement accounts, credit cards, loans, auto loans, things of that nature. As many products as you have with them is going to open up your opportunity to build that internal score, just as well as how you manage those accounts and how long you've had those accounts open. So my recommendation is if you are applying with Navy Federal and you're trying to ensure that you're going to get a high limit for your credit limit increase, what you need to do is first off have a account with them with at least 6 months, if not a year worth of history. The next thing that you want to do is ensure that you are actually utilizing your card. Make sure that you're spending on it and paying it back, and that you're keeping your balances low. One thing about Navy Federal is they like to see use, but they also like to see that those cards are being utilized appropriately and the balances are kept low. So the lower that you actually keep your balance with Navy Federal, the better off you're going to be with them for getting those approvals for higher credit limit increases. Now, the next thing that I would say is if you have the funds available, make sure that you do some of the secured loans, or potentially if your credit score is good enough, get the personal loan and roll it over. I'm going to have a video talking about those methods. I have a prior one, but I'm going to update them for you guys. So stay tuned for that video. And definitely make sure that you just understand that the more that you have and the longer that you have it, the better your chances are of getting a higher limit, just as well as your relationships with other credit unions and other banks. So remember, banks and credit unions are competitive. So one of the more important things that you want to do is make sure that your credit profile as a whole is competitive and that you're paying your debts on time with other banks, as well as applying for these same credit limit increases and credit products with other banks. When banks see that other banks are giving you increases and are working with you, they're going to begin to give you increases and work with you as well, because they don't want to lose your service. Now, some other things that are a little bit less talked about, but you also want to be mindful of, is whenever you are applying, yes, you want your utilization to be as low as possible, but you also want your loan balances to be as low as possible. And that includes student loans, especially in the times that we're in right now, where we're experiencing economic crisis around the world. The banks are looking at student loans as a determining factor for some people for extending credit, because how well or how bad you pay off your student loans, how poorly, is going to be a determining factor for the bank of your risk in the future when those loans come out of deferment and you do have to pay them. Because if you're not paying them now while they're in deferment, the bank's assumption will be that you may not be able to afford them once they are out of deferment. So it is extremely important for us to make sure that we think about that and prepare ourselves for those times so that we are aware of what we have when we apply. As well as, lastly, when you apply for a credit limit increase, make sure that you're applying for a number that appears realistic for them to give you an increase. If you have a $500 card, you're not going to want to apply for a $20,000 increase, because yes, Navy Federal will give you a counter offer, but the bank may also be wondering as to why you are seeking such a high limit, and that could trigger the bank to actually approve you for less than they would have initially. So, with all that being said, I want to thank everyone who has been watching the videos and supporting the channel throughout this time. And please make sure that you all go and subscribe to the other channels, as well as like and comment below this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.